Hello again guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to Feed the Beast Infinity. Once again, it's the weekend where I don't normally record, at least I don't normally record Feed the Beast, but I've got other stuff that I wanted to get done, but I've had so many good ideas for what I want to do in this Feed the Beast series, and I thought I just need to go and play a little bit more because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through everything that I want to do. A few bits and pieces that I'll show you out here just quickly. The raspberry bushes are doing absolutely fantastic. Might need to move them. Probably move them up to the farm at some point so they have a little bit more room. Same's definitely going to have to happen with... Oh, there's an egg. Same's definitely going to happen with the blueberry bushes, I think, at some point because they are taking up a lot of room. I did a bit more exploring, which I'll show you shortly on the map, and I found some blackberry bushes, so we have those up there, and we also have the malloberry bushes here, although I don't have as many of those, but at least we've got some up and running. Nightfall is coming, so let's quickly get back into the house, and I can show you some of the other stuff that I have done since the last video. So when we finished last time, I'd built the nano armor, but I wasn't quite sure how to charge it up. I was having a bit of a mental block. But I researched it just after I finished the video, and then obviously it was obvious. The problem was I was using the wrong tier of charger. You can't tier up the nano suit in the bat box because the bat box only outputs low voltage, and you need... Tier 3 because that's what the nano suit is, so you need high voltage. So I built the MFE. Now I did it off camera because, well, it wasn't all that interesting to build. Now in the original Industrial Craft 2, you had the battery box, which was low voltage, you had the MFE, which was medium voltage, and then you had the MFSU, which was high voltage. In Industrial Craft 2 Experimental, which is what we're running now, they've added a new unit, which is none of those. I can never remember what the acronym is. Is it the CEU, CUE, CUS, CUF? I can't remember what it is. There's another box that you can add now, which is basically the medium voltage one. It begins with a C, but I can't remember the acronym. So the bat box is now low voltage. The one that begins with C is the medium voltage. The MFE has now been bumped up to high voltage, and the MFSU is now ultra high voltage. So how did I go ahead and build the MFE? Well, it's quite straightforward actually, although it did cost me a few more diamonds. So I think I'm now down to my last 7 diamonds. The reason I did it off camera is because you don't really have to do anything that I hadn't already done before. It requires a machine casing. We've built loads of those. It requires 4 energy crystals, and if you remember, we built those for the nano armor. Each one of those costs 4 diamonds, so there was 16 diamonds just to build the MFE. And it also requires some insulated gold cables, which is just as easy as you throw some gold ingots into the metal forming machine on extruding mode. That gives you the gold cables. Put some rubber next to them, and that gives you the insulated cables. So it was nice and easy to make. I did consider replacing out the bat box and using the MFE for all my machines. The problem is, of course, that is high voltage, so theoretically I would have had to put a medium voltage and a low voltage transformer in to step it down to work all the machines. Although currently this version of Industrial Craft 2 is in beta, so they've actually disabled the exploding machines until it's sort of stable. But I'd still have liked to have done it legit anyway, so I decided just to make life easier, and because we don't really have anything other than the armor that needs the high voltage, I just put it up here on the wall and put it separately. It is connected to the same solar panels outside. The cable comes in and connects both to the bat box and to the MFE. And I've connected the generator to both as well, because even though obviously it's night time, so this isn't going up, it takes absolutely ages to fill. I've actually built some more solar panels. I think I originally had 8 and I've upped them to, I think it's 20 or 24 now. So I've spent a lot of mats on solar panels. It does still charge quite slowly. Now, the thing is, it holds 4 million energy units, and when you consider that the nano armor, each piece holds 1 million energy units, obviously one full charge of the MFE will fully charge all of the suit pieces. We've also got the Nano Saber. The Nano Saber only takes 160,000 EU to charge. You can just left click it and use it as a normal sword. If you right click, it turns it on, and it does a lot more damage, but it does consume power while it's turned on. So even though I haven't done anything there, it might have lost a little bit of power. I put it in, yeah, a little bit of power just went out of the MFE there. So, what is the nano armor? How good is it? Why do we want it? Well, essentially, it offers you the same protection that you would get from diamond armor. In fact, it's slightly better than diamond armor. But because it runs off power and you charge it up, it actually doesn't really take durability damage. It takes damage from its power. Now, if the power gets down to 0, it can still get destroyed, so you do have to be careful. And obviously it can be destroyed by things like lava and stuff like that. It can also be destroyed quite easily by another nano saber, so it's not necessarily the best thing that you can use for PvP. Now, it's quite good. It looks rather dashing, as you can see. Let's just get rid of the hood. Yeah. Again, it's not really using the Sphax pack like it was before. I've obviously got a few add-ons missing for that pack. Now, there's a few cool things that you can do with it. First of all, it has a hood. If you hit, I think Alt and X is the default key. So that brings up the basic HUD, which will tell me in the top corner there what the charge level is for all the individual pieces on the HUD. If I hit Alt and X again, it gives me the advanced HUD, and what that does, if I select any object in my inventory, it gives me information about them, such as the durability. If it's a weapon, it'll tell me what its attack damage is, how much power it has, and other details about the item that I'm holding, so that's quite nice. Don't need the HUD on for now. You can leave that HUD on, doesn't use any power, so it's not being wasteful. The other thing that's really good that does use power per tick, and I've specifically waited until nighttime to do this, is if we go and hold Alt and M to change mode, we have night vision. Now, night vision does use power. There's a witch over there. Now, you can suffer from blindness if you have the night vision on, if it's too bright. So you do have to be careful. Let's go and see how easily we can kill this witch and her wither cat. Well, the wither cat's died in a single hit. The witch has died in 2. That is basically it. We have taken 0 health damage. So, you know, I got killed to one of those wither cats before in 2 hits through iron armor. And now I've blinded myself because I've come into where it's daylight. So I'm going to Alt and them. Night vision is disabled. Should have toggled that off before I came in, really. So that was a bit of a derp. So let's just drop what we've got. Didn't really pick an awful lot up from that. What was this one? Splash Potion of Decay. Let's go and get rid of that. And if we just bring up the HUD and we can have a quick look at the state of our armor, we can see that the only thing that's not at 100% is the helmet. The main reason for that is because we had the night vision on. And that's the reason why when you go to the MFE, you have the armor here, because the annoying thing that used to happen was that obviously your armor doesn't show in your inventory. So you'd have to come out of here, go into your inventory, take your armor off, put it in your inventory, go back to the thing. It was a complete pain in the arse. So they've changed that now, which is quite nice. Just finished charging the nano saber. Everything's at 100%. We are done. So let's go and get rid of that. I am going to quickly jump in the bed so that we can get rid of nighttime and show you the other couple of things that I have done. That's where I accidentally saved a screenshot when I was bashing all the keys earlier, trying to remember which key lets you look at your character. So if we go right down to the bottom floor, first things first. I've got my first 2 crystals from this thing here. So these ones probably won't be too long before they're done, but we do have a couple of crystals. I went ahead and built myself a nice little shelf to put the books on. Don't question why it's pink. I just managed to pick up eucalyptus wood and it just happened to be pink. One of those things. At least it's not like the horrible doors that Azumo made. What else have I done? Like I said, I built some extra solar panels. Let's go right to the top. And I've also put the hatch back in up here as well, so we do have another way back out to the surface should we want it. If I can actually close the hatch. Now, another thing that I did realise is that there were creepers running around wearing top hats. One thing that I did realise when I was putting the extra solar panels in is that some of the panels were beneath this... beneath the walkway, and in order for a solar panel to work, it has to have an unobstructed view to the sky. So I did end up having to replace some of these blocks with glass blocks because they do let the light through. So all of those solar panels are now receiving light. I was a little bit apprehensive of whether or not the ones beneath the fencing blocks would still be able to receive light, but they have. I've checked. I've actually gone and clicked on the solar panels and they are all receiving light, which is really good. Got a few creepers to take care of. There's a witch down there that I'm not too bothered about, and then I can show you guys what I've been doing with the farm. The good thing with the nano saber is you can pretty much kill things like creepers before they actually have a chance to go off. So you can do 2 quick hits and they are basically dead. Here's his buddy. Yep, you're dead. didn't get to go off. There's a witch down there, but that'll be fine. So, there we go. I was considering what I'm going to do with the farm area here. I would like to level quite a lot of this off, and I probably will at some point. And I was considering what I'm going to do with this cave, and I thought, well, do I want to fill it in? Do I just want to cover it over? And then I thought, well, I'll probably build a multi-farm at some point, and as I build most of the multi-farm underground, having a cave would be quite useful, because it means I've already got a partially excavated area where I can sink all the workings into, because even though the multi-farm itself doesn't take up that much room, if you want to put lots of engines controlling it, and then you want to automate the input and the output, you need quite a lot of room for pipes and stuff. So you do need a fairly big open area beneath it. So that will be where my multi-farm is. I've converted already some of my crafting tables into these crafting stations, which makes it nice and easy because it will instantly access any chest that is next to it. The farm is doing quite well. I'm not going to harvest anything from it yet, simply because I don't need to. And as you can see over here, I have myself a little peat bog. I dug this out because what I want to do is I want to start doing some forestry and building some peat-fired engines. So I dug this area out. Making peat is quite easy. You just need to make bog earth, which is 4 dirt blocks, 4 sand blocks, and a bucket of water in a crafting table. And that will make bog earth. And you just put bog earth on the ground. Make sure it's next to a water source. And once you do that, you can basically turn it into peat. Now, the problem I've got with this is because obviously I've put these water blocks in, is when I dig all this up, I'm going to need to take the water out and replace it. I do have a little bucket here. This wooden water tank has an aqueous accumulator below it, the same as the sprinkler. What I don't know, and this is something that I need to find out actually, it'll be a little experiment for later, is whether or not you can actually get bog earth from the sprinkler. Because if that's the case, we wouldn't need to have all these little pools of water. We could just go ahead and use a sprinkler to do that. So we might do that in the future. I've also leveled off a big area here. I'm not too sure what I'm going to use it for. Obviously, there was a skeleton here at some point. I was going to continue and level the rest of this chunk of dirt off, but as you can see, it goes quite narrow as it gets towards the end and not as useful. As we've got this big flat area, I thought it would be nice to move all the berry bushes and stuff over here, although it is nice having some close to the house so we don't need to stray too far if we need to grab some food. But then I thought, as we had this nice big flat area, this might be a good place to actually put the quarry, because once the quarry is finished, we can always fill it in over the top and then build on top of it with farmland later. It's close enough to the house to still be able to pump stuff into the house via pipes. It's also close enough to the house so that the chunk stays loaded, but it should be significantly far away that it doesn't just lag the crap out of the game. So that is one idea there. So I'm going to have to build a multi-farm, which means we're going to have to build some forestry machines, mainly because we need to build the multi-farm parts, and there is a machine that we need for that, and I can't even remember what it is, but there's one specific part. I don't know what I'm going to grow on the multi-farm yet. Bear in mind that the multi-farm can grow 4 different crops at the same time, and you can change it at any point. So if we just go and look at the farm blocks, it's the tubes that we need to build, and the tubes need a thermionic fabricator. So that's the first thing that we're actually going to have to build from forestry. And the thermionic fabricator is actually quite easy to build. It is literally 4 gold ingots, 3 pieces of glass, a chest, and a sturdy casing, which is just made from a load of bronze. So we don't really have any problem in building that. So I was trying to decide where I'm going to build the forestry stuff, and I thought, well, I could build a building over there near the farm to put the forestry stuff in, and there's no reason why I still can't do that, but I thought we've got this lovely big tower, which is still getting taller, and there's a lot of rooms and stuff we're not using. So I've taken the sort of the bedroom, the Industrial Craft 2 room, gone up a floor, and what I've done is I've made this little door here on the back with I did think about making this completely invisible, which you can do. It's a carpenter's door. But basically we just come in here, and we've got this little back room, and this will be an ideal place to set up a bank of engines, and then we can just have the pipes go through the wall and connect the engines up. And it means the engines are nicely hidden out of the way, and we may move things around later. So we're going to have to build the thermionic fabricator. We're going to have to build the peat-fired engines. None of that should be particularly difficult. We are going to go ahead and grab some gold. So we actually only need 4 ingots. Let's just go and take 2 of these and throw them in the macerator upstairs real quick. We'll grab some bronze while we're up there, because there should be some up here. So let's go and put the gold in there. I did use some gold for something else. I'm not sure if I've got any left. Yeah, there's only 1 gold bar there. Bronze ingots. don't quite have enough, but there should be some left in the smeltery, so let's go and investigate that. So what do we have? Molten bronze, absolutely tons of it, which we don't need. So let's just go and grab a block of bronze. As you can see, the old XP tank's filling up now. I actually drained all of the XP out of there into my inventory the other day just to see how many levels I'd got. And I had 44 levels, and I've gained a little bit more since then. It's probably about 45, 46 levels worth of XP in there, which is really nice. We want to take the bronze block. And what I also want to do as well, of course, is take this particular crafting table. We'll just chop that up, pick it up, and we will turn this crafting table into a crafting station also. And I admit that this particular one isn't next to the useful chest. I should probably swap those around. In fact, I can do, and I will do. What I'm going to do here, just real quick, show you how easy it is. Let's get the dolly. We're just going to pick up this barrel. We'll move the barrel over here, and we'll just move the chest next to the table, and we'll put the barrel on that side. If we really wanted to, we could do the same thing here as well, just to keep the whole thing looking symmetrical. Put this barrel over there. There we go. Job's done. Make sure you actually unselect the dolly before you right click on the other chest. We've got this confusing powder. I've got some more of that somewhere. Let's just go and dump it off with the existing stuff because we don't need to carry it around. So now if we go to this crafting station, we actually have access to the chest next to it, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and break up the bronze blocks. We can easily make the machine casing. That is quite easy to do. We need some glass. There's plenty of that upstairs. We'll have the gold upstairs as well. So you're done in the macerator. You can go into the furnace. That will give us the gold bars. We need 3 pieces of glass. We need a chest, and that'll be easy enough. So let's go ahead and make, again, I'm so not used to using the crafting stations. I didn't need to take the stuff out of there. I could have just gone straight to the crafting station. Let's go ahead and make the chest. Now, apparently, the thing that I was trying to do on here, where you shift-click this button, apparently it's a problem with non-stackable items that causes the issue. So let's see if we can do it here. We've got our gold bars. We'll put them in our inventory. And if we go over to this and then shift-right-click, shift-left-click. There we go. It's actually put all the stuff in the inventory for us, and we can just yoink, take the thermionic fabricator. So that is really good. We've got our first machine there. Now, I also built a spare compressor because I wanted to make a recycler. Might as well actually do that while we're here as well. The recycler, again, is quite easy to make, although I've forgotten the recipe because there you go. So basically you need 1 glowstone dust, 2 iron bars, and 3 dirt. Well, that's the easiest thing ever, isn't it? So let's just quickly go downstairs. I know I've got some glowstone dust in this chest here, so we need 1 of those. We need 3 iron bars, 1, 2, 3. Probably some upstairs anyway. And we need 3 dirt. So that should be 1, 2... How many did that take? It double-clicked for some reason. Well, we've got all the stuff that we need. Let's just go into the crafting table again. And if we shift-left-click, it should work. Does it not want to work this time around? I've got all the mats. Maybe it's because they're in my inventory and not actually in the, or it's because they're in the chest and not in the inventory. No, maybe they actually all need to be in the inventory then. It's going to be one way or another. What was it, of course? Yeah, so all the items are in my inventory. Got the iron, got the glowstone, got the compressor. Compressor, iron, dirt, glowstone. Yeah, that one doesn't seem to work, which is weird. But never mind, we can do it manually. Let's go ahead and do that. That should be correct. Yep, there we go. We have our recycler. They can go in the actual chest for now. Oh, hitting random buttons and not helping myself. So, now we have the recycler. I've decided the best place... I'm not going to put that on this floor because I've decided the recycler is going to be a good place to throw a lot of the junk that I end up with. So, the recycler is going to go on this wall, and I've decided to put it here at this level. And the reason for that is if I do decide to build a ceiling to hide all the pipes and cables, the ceiling will be at this height, which means it will be between the machine will be just below the ceiling, which is fine. I will need another tin cable for that. I should have thought about that before I went downstairs and did that. So let's just grab 1 tin cable. Little bit of game lag there, bear with me. There we go, it seems to have sorted itself out. Now, I also want to build a mining laser. Like I said, I've only got 7 diamonds left. Now, somebody did mention... somebody did mention that we could actually use the Twilight Portal to upgrade our luggage, because when you build a Twilight Portal, you get struck by lightning. And that is something that I'd really like to do. However, it's a lot of diamonds to throw away. Can we recycle our old armor and stuff? I think you used to be able to put most stuff in the recycler. Yeah, it takes a while, but we can dump our junk into the recycler. Most of it you don't get anything out of, but when you've got so much stuff that's like, you know, sort of pretty crapped out, it would be nice if we could repair that. But I've got so much junk here that's just like, well, why am I keeping all of this? Most of it's just rubbish, even though some of it is enchanted. Train of thought completely derailed. Can't remember what I was going on about now. Hopefully it's going to come back to me. Nope, completely gone. So, as for the recycler, yeah, the main reason we're doing this is because it allows us to get rid of some old junk, and we can basically have a chance of getting scrap back from it. If we do get scrap back from it, then we can use... There we go, we've already got our first lot of scrap. And we can use that later on for a mass fabricator. So that'll be quite useful. I mean, obviously this would be a lot easier if I just set up a hopper and threw everything in the hopper than doing it manually here, but I'm just doing this quickly just to get it done and out of the way. A couple of other things I'd like to build. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying about the diamonds. I would like to build a mining laser. Now, mining lasers are also quite expensive because they need a lot of diamonds as well. I also want to build the crossbow because someone has said that the crossbow is really good, so that's definitely something that I'd like to build. There's the mining laser. Oh, mining laser only requires one energy crystal, but still, that's 4 diamonds. 4 diamonds to build the mining laser, so... You know, that is going to be a little bit of a pain. What else do we want to do? We need to build a peat-fired engine. I've already gone ahead and built some of the transport pipes for the power. Now, it used to be conductive pipes in BuildCraft, but we're now using the BuildCraft BC transport pipes, which are kinesis pipes. A friend of mine has suggested using Ender IO, which is probably something that I will do in the future, but I haven't even started with that mod yet, so I'll probably wait a little bit before I do that. So we've got our wooden kinesis pipe, we've got the cobble, which is the input pipe, we've got a couple of cobble kinesis pipes. They're really easy to make. If you want to make a wooden pipe, it's 2 blocks of wood either side of a block of glass. A cobblestone pipe is 2 blocks of cobblestone either side of a piece of glass, and that will give you a normal wooden pipe or a normal cobblestone pipe. And then just put that back in the crafting table with a piece of redstone, and that will give you the kinesis pipe. So really, really easy to make those. We will need a peat-fired engine. We will need a lever to turn the engine on and off, which we have got. And we will also need, well, we'll need the engine itself. Let's go ahead and see if we've got time to make the engine. Peat-fired engines used to be fairly easy to make. I think we've got enough to make one of those. So the peat-fired engine is literally 3 copper ingots, 3 copper cogs, a piece of glass, and a piston. The copper cogs is just it's actually the basic gear. So it's a wooden gear, stone gear, copper gear, and we'll need 2 of those. So we're going to need 8 pieces of wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's just go ahead and make the... Oh, is it sticks? It's sticks, isn't it, for this one? Because it's the basic gear. So we're going to make the wooden gear times 2. And then we need to make ourselves... Let's get some cobblestone. We've got copper upstairs, so we haven't got a problem there. So let's go ahead and get ourselves our stone gears. Getting all these achievements. Let's go ahead and... how much copper... Oh, we do have enough copper in there. So let's go ahead and get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. We have ourselves our copper gears. What else do we need? We need 3 more copper ingots, which I hope we've got. Yeah, 3 more copper ingots we do indeed got. And we also need to grab ourselves a... piece of glass and a piston. Piece of glass is easy enough. It's right there. Piston is... Wow, it's been so long since I make a piston. 1 iron, 1 redstone, 4 cobblestone, 3 wood. Okay. We do have the cobblestone here, and we have the wood here, and we have the iron here, and I think we have the redstone here as well. Theoretically, I should just be able to do that. No, you're not going to let me. What a pain. Redstone at the bottom. Cobblestone either side. Piece of glass in the middle. Is it piece of glass in the middle? No, it's the iron goes in the middle, isn't it? Iron in the middle, and then 3 planks of wood across the top. That's a piston. There we go. And then it's piston, piece of glass, glass goes in the middle. What are we building? The peat-fired engine. The 2 cogs go either side at the bottom. And there we go. We have our first peat-fired engine. Awesome. So let's go ahead and I think I worked out that this was as far along as I could build machines in this direction, which is where I've already made a handy little hole for it. So I'm going to go ahead and put in one of the transport pipes right there, just so that we can connect that up to the thermionic fabricator. That's going to go there. Is this the one that needs water? I can't remember. Doesn't have any power. Doesn't say anything about water. I know one of them needs water. That won't be a problem because aqueous accumulators coming out of the wazoo. So what we're going to do here, I think, is we will put the engine right up at the top. Before I do that, let's go ahead and just put in a couple more pipes. So I'll put this pipe here and another one up the wall. And then what we can do is we can actually run this along so we can have multiple engines here if we want, which we probably will do. We'll put the engine up here. The engine is facing the wrong way. I'm going to need something to turn that, actually. I tell you, I know exactly why that engine isn't working as well. It's because I've gone goofed up again. What I should have done with this pipe, don't use the nano saber, that's really, really stupid. Let's just grab it before the luggage does. You'll probably still grab a load of them anyway. What I should have done with the pipe is actually gone directly along the bottom here like so. And then this particular piece of pipe should have been a wooden pipe. That's why it's not connecting to it. That's my own dumb fault there. I thought the roof was one tile higher up than it should be, so we can do that. It hasn't connected to the engine, but we can break the engine and replace the engine. That should be fine. So replace the engine's now facing in the right direction. If I go outside and put the switch on the wall, the lever, going to be a little bit of, oh, it'll be next to the torch, that's fine. So the lever can go on the wall right there, and then that will turn the engine on and off. But the engine doesn't actually have any power yet, so we'll have to sort that out at a later time. Before we do anything else, there's one more thing that I do really want to try and get built on this particular video, because let's have a look at the time. We're not quite at 30 minutes yet. I would like to go ahead and build the hang glider. I think I have all the parts now because I've been killing cows like crazy and I have loads of leather. I think it's relatively easy to build. It's like 1 stick and 5 leather, but I can't remember the configuration for the wings. Maybe it's 6 sticks. It's something like this. No, I'm convinced it's only 5 leather. I just can't remember the shape. Which, of course, is not helpful. Let's go ahead and look it up. Is that it? Glider wing? No, that's the Ender IO one. I want the open blocks one. There it is, glider wing. It is... Oh, it's 2 sticks. There we go. That's why it's confusing me. So I was close enough. The other good thing about the crafting station is if you walk away from it, it actually retains the stuff that you've put in it. So that's always nice. So what did I say? Was it a stick there and a stick there? No, I'm still messing this up, aren't I? How have I managed to get this wrong again? Oh, it is 6. It's 6 leather and 2 sticks. There we go. So, luckily, we should have enough... And is it got to be in that specific configuration? Yes, because there's 2 different wings. So, the top left corner and the top right corner. So, let's have a little bit of a reshuffle here. So, that gives us 1. And then we want to build one where the sticks are in the opposite corner. There we... That's the same one. How did I manage to do that twice? Is it bugged? Is there only 1 wing? Maybe it doesn't matter then. Maybe they are both the same wings. Let's just assume for the time being that they are. We'll put those back in there. We can also get rid of those, I suppose. And get rid of the cobblestone blocks that I'm carrying around. So... there's one more thing that you need to build the glider, and I'm not going to bother getting the open blocks book out for it. I'll just actually have a look in here to find out what it is. And it's it's as simple as having a stick. Okay, so we need the 2 wings with a stick in the middle, and we have our hang glider. Now, I have absolutely no idea how to use this, and I'm probably going to die a very horrific death. Let's go up to the roof and jump off. That'll be a good way to end the video, won't it? So, up we are. Let's find a nice high point. I've also explored loads of the area. I'm just going to hit J and show you the map. I've been doing an awful lot of exploring. This is as much as I've covered so far. I managed to find a village up here on this little sort of island. There's a couple of volcanoes around as well. Few sort of snow caps. Nothing else really interesting. I haven't found a jungle biome yet. I've been looking for jungle biomes because I want vines, and I want vines to make moss. And I want the moss because I want to be able to make the mossy repair upgrade for the Tinker's Construct stuff. So this seems like a good place to jump off, or a really stupid one. How do we use this? Do we just right-click? Well, I've right-clicked it. Ah, and then you just jump, I see. So we have the hang gliders selected, I think. Do we? We do. Let's just jump. Wow. That is pretty cool. So it's fairly slow moving. Doesn't drop particularly fast. I'm guessing we do have to watch out for trees and stuff. Let's sort of take a low pass. We definitely... I need to look into Thaumcraft because I need to work out what to do about this thing. I don't like it. It worries me. So if any of you know anything about Thaumcraft and know what I need to do to get rid of that, please let me know. Tell me how I get started. There's one of those guys who's going to be really annoying. Now, luckily, I have found out that you can sidestep him quite nicely. He's a little bit slow, and he's really, really easy to kill with a nano saber. Here's a little pool of lava, which you have to be careful not to fall in. It's where the lava supply for my smeltery has been coming from. But yeah, we have the hang glider. That is really, really nice. At some point as well, I'd like to get some of these little trenches filled in, just so that I don't accidentally fall down them. There's definitely a dungeon somewhere down near this one. Oh, it's the chicken making a noise. If I'd go down here... It hasn't done it this time. Normally when I go down here, it plays the dungeon sound effect. So there's definitely a dungeon around somewhere. Maybe we'll find it. It's literally got to be right at the side of the house, because the house, mind you, I don't suppose the house comes quite this far over to the west, but there's definitely something in there. I might also cover off some more of this lake, because it's quite annoying trying to skirt around the hillside every time. But there we go. I think that's been quite an accomplishment. We've done quite a bit. We've built a recycler. We've built the thermionic fabricator. We've built a peat-fired engine. We've built a hang glider. And I guess next time we can actually start working on the multi-farm. That's going to be quite the adventure, but I'm looking forward to doing it again. We've got a lot of space in this chest now because we've cleared out all of the junk. But yeah, I'll be doing a little bit of forestry. I do want to move into Ender.io because I want to be able to find out how to make all of these good transport pipes and stuff. And yeah, I do want to do some work with Thaumcraft as well. So any tips on how to get started with Thaumcraft? Because I think I dabbled with it once before in an experimental Let's Play a long time ago. But the thing is, because I only really play mod packs, not individual mods, and most of them have so many mod packs in, sometimes I start building stuff and I'm not sure which of the mod packs that it came from. So just want to know how I need to deal with that thing. I know there's a lot of stuff that you can do, like trying to purify the land and stuff. My main concern at the moment is getting rid of that thing so that those nasty things stop spawning. Or is there any benefit to leaving it there? Do I want that a few feet away from my house, or do I want to get rid of it? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. So, thanks a lot for watching. Until then, goodbye for now.